Dan Gikonyo was the personal doctor to former President Mwai Kibaki for more than 4 decades. The two met in 1978 when Dr. Gikonyo was just a budding doctor, saying their relationship as doctor and patient warmed over the period with deepening trust, mutual respect, and a growing friendship.
Gikonyo also played a critical role when Kibaki was involved in a road accident just before the general election in 2002, and he says Kibaki lives on in fond memories for his strength of will, charm, wit, and his passionate love of God, family, nation, and humanity. Now, here are Dr. Gikonyo's reflections on his long-term friend and patient.
Dr. Dan Gikonyo was a personal doctor to former President Mwai Kibaki. He met the late Kibaki long before he vied for the presidency. That they formed a bond, and when he asked him to become his personal physician, he felt privileged. Dr. Gikonyo also played a major role when Kibaki was involved in a road accident in 2002, just before the general election.
President Kibaki is a person I've personally known for quite a long time, going back to 1978. We had a child who had a difficult deformity at birth, cleft palate and cleft lip. He required close to, by that time, a lot of money, maybe about 40,000 British pounds to have this done. And that's the first time I met Mwai Kibaki. He's the one who has actually helped us to get to have this child done in London. So that gave us a bond between us and him. When he formed the Democratic Party, I can now tell you plainly that I became a life member of the party. The only party I ever became a life member of. And him with other people, Jeka Karume and people like Munyao, George Mohoho, other people. I really saw their vision and stayed with them, and even on his political areas, we became friends, and I followed up whatever he did. So when he stood up to want to become president, I supported with my whole heart. In the year 2000, we actually went to the United States with him and Honorable Kiraito to publicize the Democratic Party for a whole week. We met various people in Capitol Hill and other areas. So that's the political side. But on the issue of person to person, I was just not Mwai Kibaki's physician. He was my very good friend. And in this, I have lost a friend, and a very dear friend, and a man who, as I say, is the founder of this country. He is a man of admirable integrity, a man of admirable honesty, forthrightness, and simplicity, and love for this country. As long as Mwai Kibaki saw in you that you had some direction and your arguments and logics were reasonable, he would agree with you. He was very intelligent, very, very intelligent. Although he had this way of saying, you know, where do you unajua? But you know, when he says that, you know that now that's time you must put on your best show. But he was a man very compliant with the medical recommendations, and it kept him going for quite a long time. When at the height of the campaigns in the year 2002, I got a call from one of the aides of Mwai Kibaki, one of his officers, Mr. Derito, telling me they have had an accident in Machakos. It was about 6 going to 7. We did our x-rays and scans. That's the time we realized how badly injured he was. You know, with a fracture of the leg, fracture of the arm, injuries to the neck and other areas. The privilege of going with him to London together with my colleague doctor. And we stayed there for almost 2.5 weeks with him having the surgery and the rest. And we had to come back. But that was our saddest moment because we thought we might lose him at the time that we needed him most. But the good Lord had a purpose and a vision for this country, and we came back and he was sworn in and became the 3rd president of this country. The father of modern Kenya, because what we have today is what he planted or what he laid the foundation of for a new Kenya. But when he was president, I think I saw him almost on a daily basis. Like many other people, I'll miss a dear friend, a man whom I admired, a man who made this country, a man who made us what we are today, because I can say quite clearly, without Mwai Kibaki, even us here, we could not have built a current hospital.
You know, sometimes you interact with someone on the line of duty, but then it moves beyond that and becomes a very personal relationship, as what you can hear with Dr. Dangi.